The topic says the spirit of glory is in on us. Yahweh sent forth his spirit. And why is that spirit of glory in us? And we are going to be receiving some revelations and insight to what we have learned before. Two key scriptures we are going to read is Galatians chapter 4 verse 6 and 1 Peter chapter 4 verse number 14. If you look at Galatians chapter 4 verse 6, he said, because you are sons of Yahweh, Yahweh sent the spirit of his son into our heart. The spirit who calls out or cry out, Abba, Father. Now, if you look at 1 Peter chapter 4, that verse 14, he says, if you are insulted because of the name Yahweh, Yeshua, you are blessed. And it's a confirmation that the spirit of Yahweh rests in you and where? On you. If you look at those two questions now, those two scriptures, you will realize something that is of importance. Number one, why do the spirit cry? We have seen it before that the spirit cry by revelation. That when you don't know whom you are and you are living as a slave, the spirit do what? The spirit will do what? Cry. And but when you are doing very well, the spirit rejoices. And we got a revelation that the spirit is rejoicing because in a new creature he have identified himself the way Yahweh have identified him. But the spirit is what? Crying when in an unbeliever because he refuses to identify whom he is. But today there is an upgrade of that revelation. That one of the reasons that the spirit cry is that when the world insult you, you know in Igbo they said onu akoro onu uwa buchi ya ka akoro ya. When you are insulted because of the name Yahweh, Yeshua, because of salvation, the spirit in you will now cry in your place and then bless you in exchange. Did you get the revelation? That when you are insulted, the spirit will cry and then you will be blessed. Why insulting my child? Why insulting my son? So meaning that when you are insulted, you no longer need to cry because the spirit is already crying in your place. And because the spirit is already crying in your place, what happened? There you are already blessed. Insults will now bring bless. Romans, because the spirit cries in you, Romans 8 verse 28 is now activated in your life. Why? All things now will work together for the good of them that do what? Love Yahweh. The spirit of Yahweh is resting in you and is resting on you. And that spirit cries when you are insulted. So when you receive insult because of his name, do not cry. Because the spirit has already what? cried. The spirit has what? Already what? Cried. The spirit has already cried. So crying again because you are insulted because of the gospel, because you are persecuted because of the gospel, you are facing a lot of trial because of the gospel of new creation, is no more important, necessary. Because the spirit of sonship that is already in you and with you have already cried in your place. And that's why if you look at the place you read in Revelation 21, verse number 4, it says, I will wipe away your tears. There will be no more sorrow. There will be no more what? Pain. Why? The spirit has taken over what you're supposed to suffer and pass through. Are you hearing me, somebody? In your place. So anybody now who is blessing you is blessing the spirit, and the spirit will bless. Any person that makes the spirit to cry will now receive in exchange the seed he has sowed, while you will now receive blessing from the insult which you have received. So it is something good that you should receive insult, and you should not be running away from what? Insult. A lot of people don't want to be insulted because of the gospel of new creation. Until you receive insult because of the gospel, you will never be blessed, and there won't be any confirmation that the spirit of glory, called the spirit of grace, is in your life. Have you seen why the spirit is crying? So why crying again after the spirit have already cried in your place? The spirit has already cried in your behalf. What will you do then? Are you to start crying again? But to do what? Rejoice. That's why I say rejoice, because you are insulted in my name. Is somebody hearing me? That's why the spirit is crying. Say, the spirit of glory is in my life. The spirit of glory is crying the cry I'm supposed to cry. He's taking the pains I'm supposed to take. Have you seen? That spirit of glory that is resting in us has taken over everything, whether painful or sweet in our life. We are only a beneficiary of that spirit. So what do? Never fail the consciousness of the deposit of that spirit. Never remove yourself from the impartation of that spirit. And never remove yourself from the revelation of that spirit. Is somebody hearing me? That is DIR. Don't remove yourself from the deposit of the spirit, the impartation of the spirit. Have a relationship and a fellowship, mutual communication with the spirit 24/7. You will no longer see the insult of man. Instead, you will see the blessing that comes from every words of mouth that men speak. When men treat you badly because of the name Yahweh, Yeshua, because of the gospel of new creation, that's why you can even go to preach to somebody, he will embarrass you. The spirit will cry, you will be blessed, and the person will attract whatever that he thinks is better for him. Do you follow? So a new creature should rejoice. Be happy. Be bold. No matter the problem you pass through because of this gospel, I'm telling you, the blessing in Romans chapter 8, verse number 16 and 17, he said that the temporary suffering cannot be compared to the what? The glory that shall be what? Revealed. Have you seen why it's like that? It's because the spirit is crying in our place, taking pain in our place. Are you hearing me, somebody? So position yourself for greatness and power, and let it be rest assured that that spirit that is crying in you is for your blessing. That spirit that is also rejoicing in you is also for your what? Blessing. Whether the spirit rejoice or the spirit cry, it is for your what? Blessing. Have you seen that? So it's better that the spirit will cry in you because the world insulted you or someone insulted you. Let the spirit not cry because you don't know whom you are. Is somebody hearing me? But let the spirit cry because you have known whom you are and you are passing pain because of the gospel, insult and all that, so that at the end of it all, the blessing that confirms his presence in your life will never be far away from you, but always revealed and transmitted unto all creation. Declare, say, the Spirit of glory is in my life. The Spirit of Yahweh is in me. And this Spirit is in my place. There is no more sorrow in my life, for the Spirit is crying in my place. Thank you, Father, for your word this morning. And for every insult we receive because of this gospel, have already bring an absolute blessing and glory for us and in our life. Glory and honor, power, might, ancient of days are to your holy name. Shout, is I believe. Can you read that devotion?